good death is its own reward. What's happening, film friends? Dave the Film Junkie here. All right, I wanted to talk a little bit more about, Snyder, commenting on Vero about somebody, talking about the three crosses and the symbolism right there. And Snyder, of course, responding. I love how he's just interacting with everybody and answering questions. I mean, he answered one of mine that ended up, turning into a Justice League Easter egg, and who knows what else he's going to answer. Might have some more questions for him, but let's talk about this. Now, some people didn't even notice that there were three crosses. Now, and I'm not a religious person, so when that all came about, I was kind of going like, okay, what? And people told me, a lot of people did, that it's a biblical thing. It's of course, and Snyder has that peppered throughout. Man of Steel is like full of, Christ symbolism and everything with Superman. And obviously that's what he was going for. That's what he was going for there, but he was trying to tell us something. He really was trying to tell us that, hey, in Justice League Part 2, somebody else was going to die. At first it was like, well, what, is there going to be like 3 deaths? But I don't think that was going to be the case. I don't think he was going to kill Superman yet again and kill Wonder Woman and then kill Batman. But Batman? Now, obviously, everybody was going, oh my God, what kind of Batman? Until it wasn't. I love that hashtag, by the way, until it wasn't. Start using that a lot. Make a trend someday. Well, yeah, I can get that going. But, yeah, when it comes to who is actually going to die in Justice League Part 2, it's Batman. Ben Affleck's contract consisted of 3 movies: Batman vs. Superman, Justice League 1, and Justice League 2. Suicide Squad was a cameo. Didn't even get credit. It's whatever. He's just a good guy and said, okay, I'll do it. But yeah, that's what his contract consisted of. Just think about it. What a better way to go out. Now, obviously, when you have this image right here, I know that's not exactly what happens. Also, when it comes to these movies, like Batman vs. Superman, it's not a direct adaptation of The Dark Knight Returns, but it has little things here and there, and then, of course, it has little bits in here of, the death of Superman. So, obviously, I think with knowing that Darkseid was going to be a big part of Justice League Part 2, I think he was gonna pull some Infinite Crisis elements out of it, and I really think, it hurts! Can you imagine? At the end of this movie, can you imagine? With all the rubble, everything that's happened, the fight's over. Batman takes on Darkseid and sacrifices himself. A human being taking on a god. And essentially doing the job, however it was going to play out. But can you imagine, out of the rubble, you see Henry Cavill Superman carrying a lifeless Ben Affleck Batman, slow motion in that Snyder way, with Hans Zimmer's fucking score making us cry. Oh my God. I'm getting choked up just thinking about what could have been. Until it wasn't. You can't tell me that that's the way that Ben Affleck's contract was going to end. Maybe he would have done Flashpoint because that would have been similar to, Suicide Squad, because he would have had, not that much time, and he would have had a very awesome dramatic scene at the end. But to go out in Justice League Part 2 as Batman sacrificing, figuring out some way to defeat Darkseid, and just going out, and I guarantee you, there would have been the shot of just Superman carrying Batman, a lifeless Batman. My God. My God. It sucks. It really sucks. What could have been until it wasn't. But yeah, I think that's what Snyder was really trying to tell us. It was like, oh yeah, I mean, obviously the 3 crosses and the Christ symbolism for the death of Superman. And then him just mentioning, oh yeah, that was talking about Justice League Part 2. He is talking about Batman dying in Justice League Part 2. Oh my God, that would have been awesome. It would have been awesome to see. And yeah, that's why I think that's the main reason why Ben Affleck is probably not going to play Batman anymore, because it would have been perfect. You know, you had those movies. It would have been 3 movies, 4, maybe even 5, because it's just little kind of cameos, just one little scenes or whatever. And then just to go out like that would have been perfect for him. Perfect. Especially being the older Batman. How perfect. Absolutely perfect. And I'm sure that was probably negotiated when he signed up for the 3 movies. It was like, okay, how am I going to go out? And they're like, well, you're going to die at the end of Justice League Part 2, taking on Darkseid. Oh, but what can you do? Anyways, guys, that's my whole thing of it. You can't tell me that it wasn't going to be Batman that was going to die in that one. It's for sure going to be him. So let me know your thoughts about it down below. What do you think about all this? Hit that like, thumbs up button if you'd be so kind. Subscribe to my channel. Visit filmjunkie.com for my content, which I need to update. I just haven't had time to fully update my site, and I apologize. Obviously, if you're subscribed to the channel, that's where updated content is. I still need to move some things over to the site. I apologize. It's just been, it just gets tedious, and I just put it aside. I'm lazy. Anyways, guys, yeah, and visit the closet for merchandise, and yeah.